Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to another Abyssal Mythic Hero battle. Today we are taking down the combined forces that preside over time itself, the Golden Seer and the Witch from the Past, Gullveig and Kvasir, in a bound hero mythic battle. Yes, we have this very intimidating looking map featuring two very powerful offensive units and a lot of reinforcements. This map looks very tricky, but surprisingly, it's not actually all that bad. It took me under 2 hours to find a solution for this. The units do hit really hard. There are a lot of reinforcements, and there are some tricky units, especially the staff units, and then this Axe Knight with Savior. They can be pretty tricky, but they are no match for the all-devouring Fellstar. So, we are going to take them down and earn the Gold Dire Notebook. Gullveig isn't the only person around here with the power to control time, so we will be combating her dastardly power with our very own dear Professor Byleth, who also has mastery over time. Who will prevail? I think we can take a pretty good guess. So real quick, let's go over our combatants this time. Gullveig has herself from various different points in time, and to take that on, we're going to be using 3 different Professor Byleths. So starting off is the Future Byleth, the Enlightened one, and he's running a kind of weird set. He's still got his basic concept of nuking things with Sublime Heaven, with Swift Sparrow, and Times Pulse to just bolster that, but he also has some supportive utility with Rally Attack Speed and Def Res Ruse, and the Distant Guard Seal to just help us take some hits, because there are a lot of ranged units on this map. But yeah, mostly he's just here to rally and nuke. Next, doing a lot of the heavy lifting, representing the past with his mercenary gear, it's our original Byleth, and he's running his damage reduction set with the Sword of the Creator, the Vital Astra, and Spurn to all provide a lot of damage reduction, and he keeps his special charged with Times Pulse, but he is running Distant Pressure to allow him to use his Whip Sword to counterattack at range, and then Bonus Doubler just gives him even more speed based off of Legendary Byleth rallying him. So not too unusual here, just kind of the standard stuff, but it works very well. And then finally, representing the present is Professor Byleth, the teacher, wearing his Kadean outfit. And his set is very basic, it's just his standard speed preempt build. Funny thing is, this set is too powerful, they had to nerf it by putting Hardy Bearing on Gullveig on this map, otherwise he will outright just destroy her. But yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary to note here. Guide's Hourglass providing stats is very helpful, but other than that, just kind of nuking things with repeated Sublime Heavens, and the speed preempt doesn't even matter that much in this case, but it does give him some extra speed, which is always appreciated. And finally, to once again take on a threat to Asker and defend the realm, is Prince Alphonse, who's here to support the Byleths and just keep them safe as the repeated ranged threats attack. He's running his standard save tank build, and then swap is actually very key for positioning in this case, since we're going to be playing in very close quarters and we want everyone to stay kind of bunched up. So with all that out of the way, let us proceed to the battlefield of the inner mind. The all-devouring darkness and the light of Asker shall overcome the Golden Seer and the Witch of the Past. For at the end of all time will be only darkness, but the Fellstar devours even the darkness itself. So, Gullveig and Kvasir are both very offensive-oriented units. They both hit really hard, so we do want to stay out of their range and just kind of work our way up and pick off threats as they approach. And that's a total lie. We're going to send Professor Byleth right up in there, and we're going to rally with the Enlightened one, and then move Kadean Byleth up, and Alphonse move over, and Yeah, we're going to see something really funny. First, the Lance Cab moves in to attack Byleth. We're going to respond with a Vital Astra. Can't quite finish him off, but do take a huge chunk out of him. And then Gullveig rockets down, attacks us with Flared Sparrow to chip us, and then hits us with Time is Light. But again, the Fell Star cannot be defeated, and now your golden dust will turn to ash in the face of the Ashen Demon. Down she goes, one-shotted. She couldn't take out Byleth. He's just too strong. So that is the funniest thing possible. I was originally trying to find a way to get up there, and I was going to try some Gale Force strategies or something, but it turns out that Byleth just doesn't even need that. He can totally tank her. It's very close, thanks to that chip damage, and then he actually had a little bit more HP, but then he chipped himself down the rest of the way with distant pressure, but it got the job done. However, now he is very weakened because we did have to take distant pressure over attack speed finish, so he can't really heal himself up for the rest of the match, but that's fine. 1 HP is not 0, that is more than enough. And so now we do need to kind of get him back because Kvasir will take him out. He cannot take her as well when he's this weakened. So to start, we need to clear some of these enemies out. We're going to take out this red Manakee with Kadean Byleth, who's going to just hit with a Sublime Heaven, get that super effective damage, and just drop you down. No worries, didn't even need the second hit, and he charges his special anyway. Doesn't even need 2 hits to charge the special, it just loops. It's always really funny. Now we're going to send Byleth to reposition Alphonse, but that leaves us in range of this Lance Cav, who will take us out even without doing a ton of damage just because we are at 1 HP. So we do need to get Byleth out of the way. We're going to use Swap to pull him back, and then instead of attacking and leaving Legendary Byleth in range of Kvasir, we're just going to move back and form a protective wall around our sword-wielding Byleth to keep him safe. Lance Cav gets healed up a little, which is annoying, but not the end of the world. And he's going to attack Kadean Byleth, do about half, but we are fine. Now Kvasir is once again in range, and we need to deal with her immediately before we get overrun. So to start, we're going to send Legendary Byleth up to take out the Axe Knight, who has Far Save, and just going to remove that threat. They're going to counterattack, drop us by about half, and then we're going to respond with a second Sublime Heaven to finish the job. Down you go. And now that leaves Kvasir exposed for Kadean Byleth to come up, and while we couldn't take her out if she initiated, if we get the drop on her, we can one-shot her with Sublime Heaven, take her out. She's very fast. She can actually outspeed Kadean Byleth, so we could have taken out Gullveig if not for Hardy Bearing, but there was no real good way to get the drop on Kvasir with Speed Preempt, so best to just initiate on her. And now Lance Cav is going to drop to Byleth. Who cares about the weapon triangle? He's just going to drop him. Down you go. And now we're just going to move Alphonse to protect with his Far Save. And from here, it's just a lot of cleanup because normally we do take out the legendary or mythic unit near the end of the match, but this time we took them out so fast that there's still a ton of units left to deal with, so we got to clean them up, and it will be a bit of a task because there are just so many of them, but we can do it. Unfortunately, there is no just defeat the enemy boss mechanic here in Asker, so we do have to just rout the enemy. And these stabs are going to come down and do a lot of hassle to us with turning off our counterattacks with Flash and then chipping us with Incurable, but Alphonse is tanking these guys relatively well, but we do need to deal with them before too long, as they will just continue to wear us down to the point where we can get taken out. But first, the more immediate threat, since Alphonse can protect us from ranged threats, The more dangerous thing are these melee units, so we need to get them out of here. First, we're going to send Legendary Byleth to take out the Axe Cav, hit him with the Sublime Heaven, drop him down in 2 hits. And now Kadain Byleth is going to take out the Lance Dragon. Once again, Sublime Heaven rips right through him with the power of the Crest of Flames. And now we're going to just move Byleth over. He can't attack this bow cav because that'll leave him exposed for the sword fighter, so we're just going to have him retreat for now and then swap with Alphonse, but he will be doing a little bit more work in a bit. Troubadour is going to continue hitting us with pesky staff effects. Do chip, turn off our healing. That's especially bad because Alphonse does have that sustain that is being turned off, but we'll get around it eventually. Bow cav attacks and chips us even more. But Alphonse is hanging in there. He is starting to wear thin though. They're doing their best to chip us down. Alright, now from here, we're going to have Kadain Byleth take out the Sword Fighter. Bam, drop him down. We're going to swap up Byleth, and then we're going to rally him, drop some debuffs, and then we're going to take out this Cleric finally, so that they will stop hassling us with Flash. Down you go. Now we can finally counterattack, and Alphonse will be able to start dealing with these guys a bit. Hit him with Aether. Doesn't heal himself, but does do some decent damage. Slowly taking him out. We are still getting hit with chip though, which is annoying. Yeah, even though the Byleths are doing a lot of the heavy lifting on player phase, Alphonse is doing a great job of keeping everyone safe on enemy phase. So, great job. Next, we're going to send Byleth up to take out this Thief, who is the last unit that can really get through Alphonse if we don't take care of him here. Down you go. Next, we're going to send Legendary Byleth to deal with the bow cav. Drop him. And that leaves Kadain Byleth to deal with the red mage. Get you out of here so that you're not hitting us with triangle effectiveness on Alphonse. And now all that's left is to swap Alphonse in so that he can actually protect Byleth. Otherwise, he will get taken out. So, like so. Yeah, from here, they're not doing anything to us. We are running on empty here, but the blue cav can't take out Alphonse thanks to weapon triangle advantage, so we're just going to endure. And now from here, all that's left is to finish the job. Kadain Byleth will take out the blue cav. Swap in regular Byleth, and then we'll just rally for the sake of it. Even though he could easily take out this Troubadour, now we are overkilling and just going to drop him instantly with a final Vital Astra to clear out the map. Fantastic job, guys. Yeah, everyone's HP is not looking great. They're not in the best of health, but we have done it. We have defeated time itself. The Fell Star devours all.
So the Fell Star consumes even the darkness itself.
And we have earned the Gold Dyer Notebook. So, there we have it. Another successful Abyssal clear. That one, again, looks far more intimidating than it actually ended up being, but there were some nasty units on there. I would say more than most of these maps have. It just so happens that the professor doesn't care. Anyway, thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. And until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon, Prince Alphonse, and Professor Byleth signing out.